You're watching CalTv.
Good afternoon and welcome to CalTv. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jim Caselli. On today's show, we have some Fiscal Learning Center updates. The FLC has 2 videos for us. Laura Hill will be here to talk to us about relations coordinators. SCO's James Anderson has some important news, and we have an encore presentation of our MEC and YEC Playbook segments with Fiscal's Amanda Gutierrez. Let's get started with some new and updated training content that's recently been added to the Fiscal Learning Center. Since our last show, 13 job aids have been updated, 4 online classes have been updated, and there are 4 new online classes. Video classes. Fiscal TV Episode 75 is new. You can find all of this information in an email that was sent out on Wednesday, May 13th. You can also log on to the Fiscal Learning Center at the address on your screen and click on the See What's New tile to see the list of updated information. Link and login information. The FLC is limited to authorized users. Please log in using your Fiscal credentials. You can access the Fiscal Learning Center at the address on your screen. If you have any questions, please contact the Fiscal Client Training section at fiscal.learning.center@fiscal.ca.gov. The FLC has 2 videos for us this month. Here's number 1.
Heads up Fiscal users. Get excited because the Fiscal Learning Center's event calendar is ready for registrations. That's right, virtual instructor-led trainings, also known as VILTs, and flipped classroom Q and A sessions are now open for enrollment. Log into the Fiscal Learning Center. You can access the events calendar or browse training to register for a session or sign up for a course. In addition to our virtual instructor-led trainings, we offer flipped classroom curriculums. Flipped classrooms are self-paced, fully online versions of all the content you can find in VILTs. But you can do them in your own time and at a pace that works for you. The FLC offers a number of flipped classroom courses, including P01003 Procurement Card Functionality, PC1001 Project Costing Functionality, in addition to more courses. Make sure to follow your department's training policy prior to registering for a class. Once approved, you'll get a confirmation email with everything you need to know to access your training. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll today. Spots are limited, and you don't want to miss this awesomeness. Please submit a ticket to the Fiscal Service Center if you have any questions.
Laura Hill is with us today to talk about Fiscal's relations coordinators. Laura, welcome to Fiscal TV. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me back, Jim.
Now, we're going to talk about customer service here at Fiscal because we know that that is one of the priorities for Fiscal. And I also know that you are in charge of some people that are well versed in that. And I still think there's end users out there that don't know about them. And I'm talking about relation coordinators. Can you tell us about that?
I sure can. So relation coordinators, or RC, you'll hear us be called often, are a good advocate for your department. We are the liaison between your department and the Fiscal system. So if you have a ticket that needs help with, an escalation, or just don't know what's going on with it, your RC is here to help you out. You also can talk to your RC if you are looking at doing something a little bit different, and they can help guide you to the right team to take a look at a different method of using the system.
I like to think of the RCs as Spock, single point of contact.
That's a good term for it.
Yeah, because like you said, it doesn't really matter what the department or end user is looking to get accomplished. The RC is their point of contact, so they don't have to sit and think about, boy, who should I call for this? They can call their RC, and then they'll have that issue hopefully taken care of in a timely manner.
Yeah, we're definitely the directors of the traffic, so we'll know who is the best person to help you out with your problem. We have a really good interworking team with all the different subject matter experts throughout FISCAL. And we have a lot of insight as to things that are going to be coming up within the system. So if you have a question on, we thought we heard about this enhancement, you can reach out to your RC and they can give you a little more information as well.
Now, RC, Relations Coordinator, I remember quite some time ago, because I was one, when it was known as Readiness Coordinator. What's the big difference there?
Well, readiness coordinators, we're just onboarding. We're just getting you ready to get onto the system. The relations coordinators is a lifelong relationship. So as long as your department is onboarded with FISCAL, we're here to help support your department. And we do that from the time that we onboard, have an onboarding experience, all the way through your go live. And then also we do enhancements to the system. We'll still use the readiness piece of it to help you get ready for new enhancements that come onto the system or new departments that are coming into the system. But it's changed to that relations because we're going to have a continuous relationship with you.
Right. And as you say, the readiness portion of it is obviously still happening for those departments that are onboarding.
Yes, we're in the process right now of onboarding 3 new departments, and each of those departments has an assigned RC and an assigned backup RC to help them through that onboarding experience. And once those departments are live in the system, those RCs will continue to be their support.
And tell us about, I know we've touched on readiness, we've touched on quite a few things. Are there any other topics that the relation coordinators take care of that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so as we have enhancements to the system, the RCs will help prepare and facilitate presentations, coordinate meetings for you, and get you ready for that new enhancement. Our team also is the prepares for the CIC meetings, and of course, CalTv.
And the CIC meetings are something that every end user should be attending. They're full of information. So just want to put a little plug in there for CIC. I know that I've said this before. I've attended CIC meetings and listened to end users talk about issues that they're having, and it turns into a CalTv segment because they mentioned that we need this, we need to know more about this, and we've turned some of that into segments. So the CIC meetings, definitely something that people should attend.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's a wealth of information, and you get to hear about what other departments are struggling with and thought you were all alone. Well, guess what? You may not be.
Yeah, it really helps to know that other people are going through similar situations. And there's also the possibility that you could reach out to that individual to get some advice from them too on how they remedied their problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many RCs are there?
Right now we have 7 RCs, all doing various things. So we have every one of us are assigned a group of live departments, deferred departments, and exempt departments. There's a whole group that is doing onboarding, and then there's a whole group that are doing different projects And then there's a handful that are experts in FiscalTv and the CIC.
That's good. That covers a lot of bases, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Now, if an end user is not aware of how to get in touch with their RC, or if they don't know who their RC is, what avenue do they have to take care of that?
That's a great question. We recently opened up a new mailbox for the RC team. It's rc@fiscal.ca.gov. And if you don't know who your RC is, please reach out to that inbox with your question. We'll make sure to get your question over to your assigned RC. And with that, they'll do an introduction so you'll have a direct contact at that point.
That's great. That's good to know. Thank you for being with us, but I do have one final question.
Yes, sir.
I need to know who the best RC of the bunch is.
Well, of course it's you.
Well, okay. That's proof positive that Laura knows what she's talking about. Laura, thanks for being with us again.
Thank you, Jim. It's a pleasure.
Now it's time for a visit with SCO's James Anderson.
Thank you, Jim. With the end of the 2025-26 fiscal year quickly approaching, the State Controller's Office has been working closely with the whole of state government on several ongoing efforts. The most critical of these are 1. Publishing California's annual comprehensive financial report for fiscal year 24-25, 2. Closing out the state's accounting books by June 30th, and 3. Transitioning the state's accounting book of record to Fiscal in July, followed by the reporting book of record over the next year. To start, I'm pleased to share that on May 12th, we published the state's latest annual comprehensive financial report for fiscal year 2024-25 on time. To give a sense of the magnitude of this massive undertaking, the ACFR is more than 350 pages and includes financial statements covering California's revenues, expenses, long-term obligations, capital assets, and overall fiscal health. It is audited by the California State Auditor and satisfies bond covenant and federal reporting requirements. As noted in State Controller Malia Cohen's transmittal letter, this ACFR was the fastest in terms of production time, completed just 8 months after the prior report. And for the first time in 8 years, we delivered the ACFR by our spring target date, making good on Controller Cohen's promise to restore the timeliness of this critical financial report. This means that lawmakers, financial markets, and the public now have an audited financial record of what actually occurred in the last fiscal year before the next state budget is finalized. To borrow from Controller Cohen's public statements, the ACFR represents the state's financial truth for the last fiscal year, a clear look at California's fiscal performance. And most importantly, it now can be used by policymakers to inform our future spending plans at a time of global uncertainty. The production of the ACFR took a Team California effort. It was supported by the legislature, the governor and his Department of Finance, and 201 state agencies and departments who worked closely with us to report their financial statements in accordance with requirements and resolve issues as they arose. We continue to be grateful for all department accounting teams for their partnerships in meeting reporting deadlines. The significant effort by all state entities to produce the ACFR has an even more significant purpose. As it is used by financial markets, the ACFR strengthens investor confidence and helps to lower the cost of borrowing for taxpayers. It also provides early warning signs of fiscal challenges, including revenue and cash management, long-term obligations like pensions, retiree healthcare costs, and debts. And it gives taxpayers transparent accounting of state revenues and spending, which helps to preserve the public's trust that money is going to its intended purpose, including schools, healthcare, and infrastructure. Together with our Team California agencies and departments, we have forged partnerships that are improving the timeliness of financial reporting and bolstering the integrity of California's finances. We look forward to carrying this momentum forward. And again, thank you to all involved in helping us to achieve this major victory for financial transparency, grounded in timely and accurate reporting. With that, I'd like to switch gears and quickly touch upon our year-end procedures and deadlines to close out the state's accounting books by June 30th. For non-fiscal departments, all transactions are due by June 15th. Departments can follow the detailed information in our memo on how to handle claim schedules, fiscal vouchers and journal vouchers, reverting appropriations, including reverting appropriation clearing accounts, June expenditures, and more by June 15th. As we need all required documentation from departments before close of business on June 15th, we encourage teams that are submitting transactions to please do so as early as possible. Fiscal work list items in accounts receivable and general ledger modules for non-reverting appropriations have a June 26th deadline. Customary with prior years, we will also be reaching out to departments to ensure clearing accounts for reverting appropriations have a zero balance by June 15th. We look forward to working with departments on this important task, and those with questions can reach us by email at fiscal accounting. That's FISCAL accounting at sco.ca.gov. Finally, we are making significant progress in our training efforts to migrate the state's accounting book of record from an aging mainframe system to Fiscal in July. The migration is an important milestone in modernizing the state's financial infrastructure and impacts both fiscal and non-fiscal departments that rely on the SCO for transaction approval. As part of our department engagement, we've been hosting business process workshops with our Department of Fiscal and Department of Finance partners. We've held 12 workshops through April and May, and we've seen per workshop attendance of 500 to 800 people. We appreciate the support shown by all of those who have attended the workshops, and we will look forward to supporting you through this major transition. Also, the state's reporting book of record, which is the official financial record used to prepare the state's financial statements, will migrate to Fiscal at the conclusion of the 2026-27 fiscal year, making Fiscal the state's single authoritative system for statewide financial reporting. Beginning in September 2026, SCO will perform a parallel validation of fiscal year 2025-26 ending balances in its legacy reporting system with those in Fiscal. From there, we will be working in close coordination with the Department of Finance and Department of Fiscal to help departments identify and resolve any discrepancies. More to come in the near future. But for now, many thanks to our partners at the Department of Fiscal, Department of Finance, and all accounting teams throughout the state. Our collective work is foundational to increase financial excellence and transparency on behalf of the state and its residents. Thanks, Jim. Back to you.
The FLC has another video for us. Here it is.
It's always fun starting a new year with resolutions being made, but it's even better when they are met. Well, this year, the Fiscal Learning Center is working hard to update our training courses. In fact, our first goal has been to make the VILT courses more engaging and time-effective for users like you. One of the first changes we've made is making the courses shorter and more time-effective. We know that an 8-hour training can be difficult to squeeze into a busy workday. So, we're rebuilding some of our most popular virtual instructor-led trainings, or VILTs, to take up a fraction of the time. So now, instead of 8 or more hours, you might only need 2 or 3. You might be asking how we can cut time without cutting content quality. Well, that's a great question. Classes are now going to be focused on a specific topic or process instead of an entire module. So you can hone your skills and learn about changes to the system without having to sit through refresher information. And for you hands-on learners, we have added a You Try It demo portion to certain classes, complete with a SME to assist with any questions. We are also providing access to a standalone training environment during certain VILTs that allow you to practice, make mistakes, and even find shortcuts without the stress of accidentally deleting or altering important information. Since FisCal is moving towards electronic processes, Coupa electronic invoicing training courses will also be provided so that the transition is seamless. So, now that you know what's ahead, are you excited to attend our new VILTs? Because we are, and we look forward to seeing you there. Don't wait, sign up today. Check out the FLC's events calendar to see a complete list of upcoming VILTs and Q&A sessions. If you have any questions, submit a ticket to the FisCal Service Center.
Thanks to the FLC for this month's videos. Remember, you can watch them again when we post this episode of FisCal TV to our YouTube channel in a couple of days. Last year, FisCal's Amanda Gutierrez introduced us to the MEC and YEC Playbooks. Since it's that time of year again, here's an encore presentation of those segments.
Thank you, Jim. As Jim said, my name is Amanda Gutierrez. I am a member of the FisCal FSC GL unit. We are also known as the MEC YEC team. My team assists with the month-end close and year-end close processes for the nearly 150 departments transacting and reporting in the FisCal system. We are pleased to introduce the MEC Playbook, the first of its kind. Based on feedback from our surveys and CIC meetings, we developed the MEC Playbook to streamline monthly financial close activities and related resources, to ultimately lead to year-end close readiness. New departments and those users new to the month-end close processes in FisCal will find the MEC Playbook a launching point for organizing their MEC activities. Seasoned users may find the MEC Playbook to be a confirmation that they are checking all the boxes and setting up for a successful month-end close.
What is the MEC Playbook and how is it the first of its kind?
Great question, Jim. The MEC Playbook is a high-level guide that outlines the monthly financial close activities in FisCal. The outline is the first of its kind to combine MEC activities listed in order of priority, multiple resources associated with each activity, a checklist, and a sample calendar.
What is the overall design of the playbook?
The playbook's design is intended to assist in timely reporting and is to be used together with FisCal Job Aids 009 and 335. FisCal 009, titled Run the Month-End Process, is set up like a work plan for the month-end close. It provides the MEC processes laid out in an Excel format. FisCal 335, titled Online Month-End Closing MEC Reporting Tool, is the job aid to assist departments with updating their MEC status in FisCal as they progress through the reporting requirements and completing month-end close tasks. For each of the steps in the month-end close playbook, it includes the close activities in order of progression, dependencies for those activities, user roles responsible for each activity, start dates, and the estimated duration of each activity. For each activity, there are many resources listed to guide users in performing the activity. These resources include helpful job aids, VILT, courses, and training located on Finance's website.
You had said there is a sample calendar and a checklist. Could you expand on these for us?
Absolutely. The playbook does contain a sample calendar and checklist. The sample calendar lays out the tasks and their related start dates in a calendar format. This provides an overview of how the MEC activities flow through a month. The checklist is a quick glance at Job Aid Fiscal 009, which is with a date completed column to track and confirm that all MEC activities have been completed.
How do users use the playbook?
The playbook is laid out to guide departments through the various steps of the month-end close process. After departments have completed the month's transactions, and are preparing to close the month, departments can utilize the playbook to line out the sequence of required MEC activities. Departments can review the sample calendar to help plan out a timely month-end close. Users will proceed through the MEC playbook steps and utilize the resources listed to complete the steps. Users will validate, confirm the queries and their results. They will research and resolve any issues identified, and users can utilize the checklist to track the progression of the MEC activities.
Tell us, where can we find the MEC playbook?
The MEC playbook is located in the Fiscal Learning Center. A quick search on the learner's homepage for the word playbook will result in the MEC playbook tile. Just click the launch link to review the document.
Amanda, this sure sounds like a fantastic resource. Thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Amanda is going to introduce us to the YEC Playbook. Welcome, Amanda.
Thank you, Jim. It is nice to be back. As Jim said, my name is Amanda Gutierrez. I am a member of the Fiscal FSC GL unit. We're also known as the MEC YEC team. My team assists with the month-end close and year-end close processes for the 150 departments transacting and reporting in the Fiscal system.
Amanda, again, welcome back. Last time you were here, you introduced everyone to the MEC Playbook. And this time, you're going to introduce everyone to the YEC Playbook, and I'm sure everyone is excited to hear about it.
Thank you, Jim. In our continued effort to evolve and provide effective support services to departments for month-end and year-end close, we have worked closely with partner agencies to develop the MEC Playbook, and now we have created the YEC Playbook. The YEC Playbook picks up where the MEC Playbook left off for period 12 and continues through the year-end close process. As with the MEC Playbook, new departments and those users new to the year-end close process in Fiscal will find the YEC Playbook a launching point for organizing and familiarizing themselves with the YEC activities. Experienced users may find the YEC Playbook to be a confirmation that they are checking all the boxes and proceeding through the year-end close process in a timely manner. For each step of the YEC close, this playbook includes the close activities in order of progression, their dependencies, user roles, start dates, and the estimated duration of each activity. Many resources are listed throughout the YEC Playbook to guide users in performing the activities. These resources include helpful job aids, related VILT courses, and, of course, training located on Finance's website. The playbook contains a sample calendar and checklist. The sample calendar lays out and tracks the related start dates in a calendar format. This provides an overview of how the YEC activities flow through the month. The checklist is a quick glance at Fiscal Job Aid 258, and departments can review the sample year-end work plan on Finance's website. The YEC Playbook is laid out to guide departments through the various steps of the year-end close process. After departments have completed the month's transactions and are preparing to close the final month of the fiscal year, departments can utilize the YEC Playbook to line out the sequence of required YEC activities. Users will proceed through the MEC Playbook steps, then utilize the YEC Playbook along with the listed resources to complete the YEC process.
Amanda, it sounds like you covered it all. Just one last question. Where can we find the YEC Playbook?
The YEC Playbook, along with the MEC Playbook, are located in the Fiscal Learning Center. A quick search on the learner's homepage for the word Playbook will result in the YEC and MEC Playbook tiles. Just click the launch link to review the documents.
Amanda, again, another fantastic resource. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
That's our show for today. I'd like to thank Laura Hill, James Anderson, and Amanda Gutierrez for being with us. And a special thanks to the FLC for the 2 videos they provided. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you would like to see this or any of our Fiscal TV episodes, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to let your colleagues know about us. And from everyone here at Fiscal TV, thank you for joining us. We'll see you in June on our next edition of Fiscal TV.